There's no elevator to success, you have to take the stairs. It would be a painting of me and my family members, hand painted. First of all, it's important to believe in your dreams, to not let anybody take away your dreams and your hopes. So I think children are so good at imagination and creativeness and just visualizing themselves, whether it's sports or anything, any other area of life, to be accomplished or to be someone or to do something. So we just have to allow them to fly with their wings and not really cut them. Just allow them to be who they are, because, you know, imagination is incredible with children. Being present and not multitasking while you're with children, because they demand your full attention on whatever you're doing, whether you're playing with them or you're doing something else. You always have to be in that moment. I think that's what kids teach us the most, really, to be forgiving, to move on and to be present. I think it varies. I have a sweet tooth, so I would just pick like a acai bowl. Finals of Australian Open 2012 against Nadal, that is the longest Grand Slam final ever, and against Roger in 2019, the finals of Wimbledon. Those are the best matches I was ever part of, but the best match I ever played would be probably the finals of Australian Open against Nadal in 2000 and I think was it 19? The level of tennis was really high. I mean, it feels great, but it also feels a bit lonely, and you feel like you're a hunted one. So it changes the perception and the approach. Obviously, it's the ultimate achievement. You know, being number one in any sport, in any profession, is the ultimate achievement. It's something that I dreamed of when I was a kid, and winning Wimbledon and being number one in the world. So when you achieve that, you understand then that there's a different dimension of an approach of staying there. You know, you all of a sudden have to defend the position rather than chasing it. So it's a great feeling, obviously. I mean, but at the same time, it's also like you want to stay there, so you feel like a little bit at times defensive, because you're like you want to hold on to it. So it's really about the mentality of how you approach. I think it's important to just always feel like you have to create and keep going and keep winning, and you are part of that same group of the people that are chasing something, a title or a position. Because once you're thinking about, oh, I'm the number one, everybody wants to take this position away from me, you create this unnecessary stress and pressure on yourself. Just dedication, passion and dedication. You know, passion, love for the sport, that causes you to be so devoted and dedicated to what you're doing. Most underrated player I ever faced. I mean, Wawrinka, I think he's very underappreciated and underrated, considering he's a three-time Grand Slam champion. I think people very oftentimes forget about him and what he has achieved. He has achieved, you know, more than 90+% of the players ever in the history of the game. I would tell him to play the long game, be patient and trust the process, and try to have fun and enjoy that process as well. You know, balance the professional and private life. And yes, be dedicated, be devoted, work hard. That's a must. But don't lose yourself in the process. You know, don't waste the young years. Meaning, you should live your life as well. You know, because you can't turn back the time. It would be a serve from one of the serve bots, whether it's Karlovic or Isner, Opelka. I'm fine with anybody who is 6'10" or more. It would be probably one of the epic Borg-McEnroe matches that I would love to witness on the stands, or I would love to have had an opportunity to play with a wooden racket, you know, and compete. See the difference. I mean, I would probably struggle a lot to hit like heavy top spins with that, but I love the history of our game, so it's amazing to see how game has evolved in terms of technology and everything in the last 50 years. So I'd love to have witnessed that era. Very different, because I've spent, you know, most of my career with my two greatest rivals, Nadal and Federer, and of course Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner are also my rivals at the moment, of course, but they're so young, you know, and I have like 15 years of difference on the tour with them. So our rivalry is a few years old, and I've had 20 years of rivalry with the other guys. So it's not really comparable, but of course it's great that there's a new big rivalry in our sport between Sinner and Alcaraz. You know, they've been playing some incredible matches in the last 18 months, and hopefully they can keep going because that's what our sport needs. I'll use Nick Kyrgios's description of me, meticulous. I'd say one of my favorite is there's no elevator to success, you have to take the stairs. None, because everything happens for a reason.